I may never have won the lottery in The Sims 4, but today it feels like I've won the lottery. You can't even guess what I have in my hand. You probably can, actually, from the title and the thumbnail of this video, but it's the day I've been waiting for. Now, this actually isn't the official box that The Sims 4 board game is going to be shipped in. It's not the game box. This was ad gifted to me by EA. It's actually not out in the UK until the 18th of September, but I was very kindly sent an early copy because it is available in North America right now. So we are gonna open this bad boy up together. We're gonna have a look at the game board, the game pieces. I'm very excited for an official unboxing of The Sims board game. So like I said, this actually isn't the shippable version. This is just like a PR product-y type situation. But on the side, it does have the curator, outdoor enthusiast, expert nectar maker, freelance botanist, and spellcraft and sorcery, which are all kind of lifetime aspirations in The Sims 4. And then along the back there is also a bunch of little icons which are linked to lifetime aspirations. On the other side it says best-selling author, Ghost Whisperer. Used to love that show. Any other Ghost Whisperer fans in the house? Fabulously wealthy, master chef, and chief of mischief. Obviously we have Robin Banks, the little Freezer Bunny when it comes to the Susul. And then what will your story be? Fragile and this way up. But of course we need to open this up. I'm definitely gonna hit you lot in the face as I do this. Ooh, it just missed you. And then this is what it actually ships like. So this is the box that you will receive. But we have a little Sims board game by Goliath Games. Sim around and find out. Nothing on the back, just a little, again, PR thing. Just like, hey, you have the Sims board game, and this is what it looks like. Let's roll. Look at the little plum bob dice. Oh my god, stop, that's so cute. The hand and then pluses and minuses. If the dice actually looks like this, I can't remember what the die look like, but if it looks like this, I'm gonna be very, very happy. I know there are some plum bobs in here. I can't believe I actually have my hands on this. After all these years, I've wanted a Sims board game for the longest time. So of course we have the Sims board game, and then we have basically like 40 renders, it feels like, of the Freezer Bunny at least, but the, not 4D, 3D? The Cow Plant, Nancy Landgrab, Bella Goth, Crumple Bottom, of course, and also Bob Pancakes. I think on the renders, like the actual like digital renders, I'm fairly sure they use the old Bella, but it seems that they've updated it with the new Bella. 2 to 5 players, ages 12 plus, just like the video game over here in the UK. How are board games rated in the US? Does that say like ages T for Dean? And of course it is made in partnership with Goliath. Goliath is the actual, I think, publisher of this. The Sims board game, you also have the Grim Reaper on the side with Bella and the Cow Plant, 2 to 5 players, ages 12 plus. This pretty much goes around the whole side. You obviously have the barcode. It's gonna be really cool to see these actually in shops. Imagine just walking into a Smith's Toy shop and seeing this. It does have, I think, 4 stickers around it. These are kind of like the small terms and conditions. 0 to 3, don't do it. Small parts, choking hazard. Goliathgames.com, 2025 Electronic Arts, The Sims Plum Bob Design, Maxis, and Electronic Arts are trademarks of Electronic Arts Incorporated. Onto the back, we have Sims board game, learn to play. So there is actually a QR code. I really like it when gaming companies do this. I feel like this was very normalized through Big Potato. So this, fairly sure, will probably link us to a YouTube video, and they pretty much show you a full trailer. Did not even know that this existed. I'm gonna actually link this down below. Even if you just like want to know about the game, like you haven't got your hands on it, you want to judge it before you buy it, I'll leave this so that you can go check out that video. Ready the welcome wagon. I feel like we're the welcome wagon this time. For decades, The Sims has brought imaginative storytelling to life. Now craft real-life adventures together with friends and family as you encounter unexpected surprises at every turn. Live to fulfill your aspirations by landing the perfect job, or leave it all behind, ignite rivalries, meet unforgettable Sims, and discover where your choices take you. Every game is a whole new story. What will yours be? It sounds very like Game of Life-esque. I actually was scared this was gonna be basically just like a redo of Game of Life, but it definitely doesn't feel like you can have kids and stuff like that, which I know some of you may be disappointed by. It is like a core part of The Sims, but it seems that you like travel with your plumbob. That's actually like your player token. Collect symbols. Invite iconic Sims to your home, and then this one says, and complete your aspiration. So you have aspiration cards, iconic townie cards, symbols, and your play pieces. Game board, 3 pieces, 115 action cards, 27 aspiration, 18 home cards, 6 venues, 18 iconic Sims, 5 near tracker boards. I think that is probably what I'm most excited about. I guess you maybe could play with more, but keep in mind you're only going to have 5 tracker boards, so maybe you're just gonna have to like make your own or draw. 5 plumbob movers, 5 turn order cards, 1 interaction die, and complete instructions. So I have already undone the 4 stickers that were around. They were just 4 like clear seals so that you know that it hasn't been open. Yours might come with more, yours might come with less. I feel like you can never tell, but I didn't want to show a knife on YouTube just in case. A knife! I can show the Grim Reaper's scythe, but can't maybe show a knife. I just never know how the monetization is gonna go. I will say, very slow reveal on the lift, but kwabam, we are met with the instruction manual, because of course we are. Before we get to that though, around the outside, we have the cow plant, the plumbob, the freezer bunny, the simoleon symbol. We also have a little gnome over here. So basically already getting some absolute icons of the Sims history and the Sims franchise. You love to see that. It has obviously gone with the same sort of theming as the newer stuff that we have seen. It does obviously have the new Sims logo and the newer font. So it's more of like a really, really bright, like vivid neon green on the side, but then inside you've kind of got the more classic green going on. So again, another learn to play QR code over here. We have the instruction manual. It's got pretty much the same as the front cover. Ooh, sorry, it's a little bit squeaky. These are the contents. So again, you got all your cards. This is showing you the setup. So you kind of have action cards and draw pile and card hub, the aspiration cards, the action cards, then your iconic Sims and like 2 lined up. There are 3 pieces of the game board, all a plumbob. Nice little touch to make up this hexagon. And then you have the venue cards dotted around and the die, which is actually a plumbob. Things you love to see. I'm not gonna go through all of these, but I will open like every page. If you want to take a screenshot, feel free. If you want to maybe zoom in on that text, also feel free. Not this. Not that dress. Do they not know that we as Simmers absolutely hate that dress? And then we also have travel continued, scoring, scored aspirations. You can only complete an aspiration at the end of your turn and only once per turn. Action cards are used to complete. So 1 + 1 + 3 + 3. Okay, Taylor Swift, numerology equals 8, victory. The last thing you do is check to see if you have 8 or more points. If you do, you immediately win the game. Completed aspirations are worth 3 points each, and iconic Sims in your home are worth 1 point each. Glad that Morgan Ember has made it to the iconic Sims list. You can't win on another player's turn, even if you have 8 points. Cheeky little bone Hilda. And then iconic Sims move. Player 1 takes the cow plant on their turn, causing iconic Sims to move. Everyone picks up their iconic Sims and passes them to the left. Damn. I'm not gonna lie to you all, I'm gonna finish recording this video and instantly play this tonight. So first off, we have the game pieces. We have this little triangle. It fits really nicely in the box. Like the way that it's designed, it lies completely flush with the rest of the box, but you obviously do have like a little triangle here, so you need to get it in a way that like fits in. And they've given you this top to kind of protect the plastic. So I'm gonna do my best to keep this. Sorry, Sims, I can't be trusted. I will probably lose it instantly. But let's move this to the side for the time being. And let's check out these play pieces. I don't even know if it's gonna be big enough. But like I said, they are in plum bobs. Oh my... Now I feel like I need a second one just to like show off these plum bobs, like to frame them or something. That's so sick. I'm gonna be so real, I probably will end up buying a second copy at some point. I know I probably shouldn't. We shouldn't be over consuming. And then this is the second piece, which lines up there. Are these all different colors? No, they're all green. Damn, I would have loved if maybe one was a red and then one was a yellow and one was a green. That would have been really, really cool. But they are all, in fact, just green plum bobs. And then this one fits here. Nice. Who knew that 3 plum bobs made a hexagon? But then let's actually check them off. We have like a garage over here, which is hilarious considering we don't even have cars. We have a little vet. We also have what looks to be like a cafe. This is like Willow Creek area, I think. Most of this is like based on Willow Creek, I will say. There doesn't really feel like there's much of anything else going on. I guess we do have Sulani down here. We have the shipwreck. This is maybe giving like Brindleton Bay / get to work with some like businesses, maybe like a shop or something. This is the goth house over here. These don't really matter all too much. You have a kids playground, which is hilarious because that doesn't even exist in game. That's actually really, really sad. Sims team, when can we get stuff like this for kids to play on? We don't have slides and it makes me really sad. We have a toddler slide and that's it. And the lots are actually on the road, which also doesn't exist in The Sims 4. This is so funny. I'm sorry. This isn't meant to be a roast video on The Sims 4. So I'm going to leave this playmat out whilst we check out the rest. Once you take out that, this is what you are met with. We have the needs tracker, the like little play cards, and then cards underneath. So let's check out the play cards first. Your aspiration card goes here. I'm assuming you can then line up your scored aspirations, like the ones that you've already done, like down here. 7 Eucalyptus Lane, and then your action cards go here. We have Jungle Bungalow from Salvadorada that has like the cooking icon next to it. We have Robles Point, which I'm fairly sure the Robles are in Copperdale, so I'm fairly sure that's Copperdale. Yes! Fry's build made it in! Honestly, name a more iconic build in The Sims 4. I'm not just saying that because it's Team Gnome or Go Home, not the Mischief. We have the Loner one up here, Slip 42, obviously Strangerville. Ophelia Villa, of course, The Goths. Cantor Cottage, which is, I'm fairly sure, Horse Ranch. You got a little llama token up there. The Bramblewood, which is Cottage Living. You've got the Bookworm. Umbridge Manor, which is a business icon. That's just in one of the base game. 21 Chic Street fashion icon. Penny Pizzazz, I'm looking at you. Anchorage Point Abode. Oh, Anchor Point Abode. Don't ask me where I got that from. Old Penny. I love Old Penelope. Then we have Rockridge Canyon, Chateau Park, Canvas Cabin, Old Mill Hill, Reef Finery from Island Living, Beach House, and 7 Eucalyptus Lane. Okay, so they're all the kind of... I don't know. I don't know what these are. Maybe they're your homes. Maybe that's where you live. I haven't read the instructions. Oh, the Holy Grails. We have the 5 play pieces, which are these kind of like plastic translucent plum bobs. We have a pink, we have a light blue. Okay, they feel pretty sturdy, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit disappointed. I kind of wanted little models of iconic townies. That would have made me buy a second copy of this for sure. Then we have a purple one, you have black, and then you have white. So those are the 5 different players. They are, once again, all green plum bobs. Then we have the needs tracker. This is like one of the most interactive parts of this game. There is a couple of different like bits coming off this, but I think it's just like where things have been cut. Honestly, none of it feels bad quality yet. I will say I was feeling it could be a little cheap from what I saw online of it. I'm assuming the black card goes with the black plum bob. Of course, these could always be better. I think anything like hollow like this, I did try to pull it out and I'm using a bit of force, but I feel like if maybe you stepped on this or, you know, it got like hoovered up or something, or you really tried to force it, I do think maybe it would snap. It's like kind of stable right now, but it does have, you know, like the wobble. So I would have maybe liked these to be something more. I don't know. I think models, like metal models of iconic townies would have been so fun. Or just like random Sims. Like even like Babs from the Sims 4 base game. So these are the needs tracker. These are a little stiff, I will say, but obviously it slides from green all the way to red. Some of them are looser than the others. Some of these are quite stiff, but you can tend to do it with like one finger. I think as you travel, you obviously like lose needs and it goes all the way to red or all the way to green. And I'm fairly sure we'll have, yeah, they also have on the borders the colors, so you actually don't need to turn them around. But purple, light blue, pink, and then, ooh, we have cheeky little cards hidden under here. Good job I took all of those out, or else I feel like I would have missed these. We have the location cards. So it is all pretty eco-friendly. Obviously, these are plastic. I guess at least if you do manage to break these, potentially someone will start selling spares because they do feel like maybe 3D printed. I feel like you could get a 3D print version of it. It might not be like translucent, but I imagine someone somewhere will start selling spares if they are able to. But yeah, that everything else, all the cards kind of come in just these like paper. I'm gonna try and keep these because I kind of, not gonna lie, like my board games looking neat and tidy, but this one feels a little tough, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to like slide it out of there. And even if I am I gonna have the patience to do this every single time I play this game? Probably not. Okay, this one's coming off. We have elixirs and brews, a little like purple kind of house, a potion, and then a chair. This brings down your social need from the looks of it. If you travel to Studio Plum Bob Pictures, you have the gear, the fashion, and the simoleons, but that brings down your hunger. If you travel to University of Brightchester, it brings down your... I think that might be fun, but you have these icons. You have the business, you have the books, and you have a little light bulb. Traveling to Solar Flare Lounge, you're going to be doing a little bit of dancing, a little bit of partying. You're gonna get mischievous, you're gonna get a little bit public enemy, and you're gonna maybe fall in love, but your sleep will in fact go down. And then Willow Creek picnic spot, don't ask me why they say that you will lose bladder here, because I know for a fact there are toilets in there, but you gain sunshine, llama, and a tree, which I mean, fairly sure probably means like outdoors. If you visit the gym, you get smelly, but then there's a trophy, the loner icon, and the cooking icon. These are the 6 locations that you can place around your board. I don't know if these have to be in specific places, but they have the food, then the sleep, then the social, then the hygiene, the fun, and the bladder. One tiny little thing that I forgot to mention is that the location cards that you plop down actually display on the board itself are double-sided. So they both have the same icons, so you play the game the exact same way. But if you just want to switch up which location it is, if you just want to switch up the picture, you are able to. I don't know, if you want a video of me like explaining how to play this, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Let's check out these iconic townies though. That one slipped right off. I'm so excited to check these out. Who the heck is Rose Greenman? Green thumb, fingers, and just about everything else. Rory, leader of the pack, Wild Fangs for life, of course. Robot sim. They're not calling it a servo anymore? Are there robots not called servos in The Sims 4? Here to do whatever you would want a robot to do. Chores, make money, or even be your new friend. Patina! Yes, Patina. Mid-century modern maven. Artist, interior designer, works hard, relaxes harder. I'm not gonna read everyone off Olive Spectre. Of course she was gonna be an iconic sim. I would have sent this back. Even though it's a gift, even though it was free, I would have returned to sender instantly if she wasn't there. Nancy Landgrab, again, absolute icon. Morgan Ember. We got Marcella Badu. Master Thief Stealthy Sneak. Was Marcella part of like another game? Is that Sims 3? It kind of looks like Sims 3, I'm not gonna lie. That is not Robin Banks. That is not the Sims 4 burglar. Llama mascot. I wouldn't call them iconic, but still. Nux Greenberg, my boy. Izzy Fabulous, yes he is. We got Bone Hilda. It's honestly a jump scare to not see my townie version of Izzy Fabulous. Bob Pancakes. Oh, Bella Goth. Hopeless Romantic, Woman of Mystery, Lady in Red, Life of the Party. Bladdy Daddy, iconic to so many of you. Vanessa, and then we got, of course, Tragic Clown had to be there. The Hermit of Granite Falls, definitely an icon in my eyes. And that is everyone. I do not know who that plant sim is. I'm gonna be so real. I'm genuinely shocked that Jasmine Holiday isn't here. That revealed our little plum bob dice. So it is a D8. It is shaped like a typical D8. I actually don't know where my dice are right now. I usually have a set like actually on my table, but we have the hand and then we have the plus and the minus symbols. I'm assuming that like is your needs and stuff. Oh, that barely rolled. Oh, I will say, I feel like it's gonna be annoying. Kind of wish they had put these together. Like, you know how a lot of board games like have a seam that like stays together? Because they're pushing apart like quite easily. And I think if you're specifically like rolling on it, I feel like I'm using all my good luck. I need to stop. But yeah, this is again kind of like a translucent green. I absolutely love this. This is really cool. Definitely the coolest piece so far. I like the moods tracker, but this, just like having a plum bob dice as a D8, super cool. Then we have this selection, which is your aspiration cards. I'm not gonna go through all of these, but I will quickly like just show you. We have like Chief of Mischief. A lot of these are from in the game. So these are like official, actual like assets that you will see. Collect 3 and or. Who knows what that means? But yeah, like I said, if you want me to actually do a video, maybe after I've played a couple of times, giving you like the set of rules and like how I found best to play, etc, etc, let me know, because I'm fully down to do that, especially for you UK lot who unfortunately won't be getting this until September. Then we have turn order card. These are for your players. So you have, again, just the 5 colors. Go out, travel to any venue. A, lower need, and B, play card. 2, befriend iconic sims. 3, mingle with 1 player at your venue. And 4, score. Or if you're going home, raise 2 needs, draw 1 aspiration, discard 1, and then score. I think this is just like giving you a reminder of the rules, to be honest. It's just like, here you go, if you need it. Which, not gonna lie, kind of wish more board games did that. God, this is a chunky one. Jeez. Whoa, check out that stack. What are these gonna be? Oh, so this stack is the action cards. I'm definitely not going to be able to show you every single one of these, because like I said, this is a card sandwich and a half. Yeah, these are definitely not staying on. They do have, I guess it's kind of slicker on the inside, but it is, I think, still all paper. So I do think it is all recyclable. This is made from like a cardboard. I guess I didn't really talk about the game map, but yeah, it's a cardboard that kind of has like a matte, like velvety texture to it. It's not velvet, but you know, I feel like you know what I mean. Like it feels like a lot of game boards. It's kind of silky, and then on this side it's like super shiny. But yeah, it kind of has like a matte finish on it to make it feel nicer. Not the thickest of like board games, but I don't think it's gonna like bend super easily. Just be careful when you're like packing it away and unpacking it. The only downside is I do wish that they had stuck them together. They were like, building is a core part of the video game, so you should build yours. Turns out, hashtag not a builder, even in the board game version. So these are your action cards. No way! Clowntastic Land from Making Magic. That's so sick. Wand of Astral Creation, Magic Beans. Try for a Baby. What it would be like if a tiny version of you was running around making a mess 24 hours a day. Wanna find out? Draw 2, take 1. You may lower any need to look at the top 2 cards of the action deck. Take 1 and discard the other. What? But you don't get a baby, so you know, is it worth it? Sell your paintings, get a massage. I'm just gonna slowly like go through these. I'm not gonna show every single one. Iconic Sims move. I feel like the running shoe is absolutely look at you, rainbow cow, become a mermaid. But of course, these are all in your imagination because you can't physically become these things. Ooh, fortune telling for goofballs. We don't even have a fortune telling like career or anything like that. Graduate clown school. Swifties. I was gonna actually make a joke that that's us, but I'm gonna be so real. We clown this time and it was correct. So, you know, there's a method to the clowning. Overalls. Yeah, so iconic. Painter's smock, robot vacuum, surprise birthday cake, of course. Go to bed on time, Bombay cat, witchy crop top, go ocean fishing, bleep the robot. So there's definitely some like random cards in there, to say the least. I think there's like random Sims objects, which definitely don't strike me as like iconic, but I guess it's the townies who are iconic, not the action cards. These just say action cards. And there we have it. There is everything included in the Sims board game. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope this video maybe got you excited if you've been looking forward to playing this. I definitely, like I said, I'm gonna go and play this evening for sure. My girlfriend already wants to play it, so I know we are gonna get some hours out of this bad boy. My favorite pieces, mood trackers, the player tokens, but the dice, really. The die is my favorite. Sorry, I keep calling it dice, but you know what I mean. I just think as a Sims fan, this is super fun. I obviously, once I have played it, I might pin a comment of like my review, how I actually like feel about it, like once I have played a couple of times. I do think it is gonna take some getting used to, just because I am a stickler for the rules and I very much enjoy like reading through this. I will say, quite a nice, this has been bound. There is quite literally a string running through this, which feels very fancy for a board game like instructions. Usually I just feel like they're stapled together. I don't think it feels quite as cheap as I was expecting it to. Yes, there are things I would change. I probably would have changed these to have little statues if I had my own way, if like I was designing this and budget wasn't a thing. It feels like a lot of it is like based in cards and like using your imagination, especially to do like a lot of these actions. I just again can't believe that I actually like own this. I cannot believe I was alive to see a Sims board game happen. I've always said I wanted like more interactive Sims merch, I wanted cooler Sims merch, and they've definitely been doing that. There's a t-shirt right now that I want on the website. Just such a shame that the shipping is still so expensive for anyone outside of the US, but I hope this video was helpful. I hope I showed off everything that you lot wanted to see. Like I said, I will actually link the how to play video in case you want to get an idea of how this is actually played, obviously before I maybe do a follow-up video. My final thoughts, I think the box is really high quality. I genuinely am gonna have this like on display when I'm not playing it. I think the board is fine. I do wish that it had been linked together just so that it worked a little bit easier and like it didn't move around as you were playing, because I can definitely feel like that maybe is gonna get annoying. Yes, a lot of it is done through cards, but I think there are pieces that make it interactive enough. For example, the needs tracker. I'm really glad that they brought in some like iconic items from the game to be like, look, we know that this is obviously gonna be a different experience, but we're still gonna give you things that you know and that we know that Simmers like in the game. I think this is a really cool concept. These are pretty good quality. Again, they're all cardboard, so they could start to scuff, they could start to bend, which in a couple of years, maybe if you want a follow-up of how this actually got on, I can also do that. A lot of them are going to be able to bend because a lot of them are just like thinner cards. Specifically the location ones and the play mats, I feel like these are pretty much the flimsiest that we have, whereas all the others are a bit like playing cards, I guess maybe a little bit thinner than the average like playing card. I don't want to bend them too much because I like keeping everything pristine. Fingers crossed I am able to. But thank you all so much for tuning into this. Once again, big thank you to EA and Goliath for sending this over to me so that I could record videos on it. I know I'm in a very lucky position to be in the UK right now and actually have my hands on this. It's wild to kind of see it in front of me. I just keep like looking at it because I'm like, I can't believe we finally have a board game. But I would love to hear your thoughts, opinions. If you've watched that how to play video, is it making sense to you? Are you like, whoa, maybe I need to pick this up, or I'm gonna give this a miss? I would absolutely love to hear all of your thoughts, and I will speak to you all in my next one. What's goodbye? Dad.